everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the delay in the last couple of days. I've been really busy with a lot of stuff. Even today is Eid, so Eid Mubarak to whoever's celebrating. If you watch this today, if you watch this tomorrow, if you watch this next year, I hope you guys are all well. And you guys, I have to say, let me be honest first of all. First and foremost, I have to be very honest with you guys. The support you guys have been showing me on the channel has been unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. It's beyond my wildest dreams of where I thought I'd be at this point, and you guys are the catalysts for that, and I can only thank you for that, because without you guys there is no me, and I do this for you guys, and I do it because I enjoy it as well. But for you guys that engage with me, I really appreciate that, and it shows that you guys enjoy my content, and that's all I can really say. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because it does mean a lot. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're 70 odd subscribers away from that, and I'm sure the support you guys have been showing, we can get there very fast. But other than that, thank you very much, and I appreciate every one of you. Now, as you might be able to tell from the thumbnail behind me and by some of the players behind me, this was actually suggested by a subscriber of mine, and I want to shout out Jacob. I don't want to get it wrong, so I've got it up here. Jacobs Daku. He commented under one of my videos, and he said, "Could you do a video on your England 2026 squad and starting 11 for the World Cup? I know it's a bit early, but at this moment there's a lot to choose from, so I'd be interested to see your take as always." And I thought that was a fabulous idea. And I've already done an Arsenal kind of video on what their starting 11 squad could look like next season, and then a Liverpool version of that. And I thought, you know what, doing an England squad when you've got so many different players to choose from, especially under a new manager, I think that could make for a very good video. And it's interesting to see, because I think no two people will have the same squad, because there's so many players to choose from, and we'll get into that now. And you know what, let's get into it. So here it is. You've got a bunch of players below. As you can see below me, you've got likes of Foden, you've got Levi Colwill, you've got Jared Bowen, Jared Branthwaite, Chilwell, Colwill, Delap, etc. You know the gist. And what we're going to do, as you can see, we've got some categories there. We've got start 11. So I will only put 11 players on there, but some of these players could also still start if I put them on the bench, or will make the squad, because it's a long time away. The World Cup is next summer, so a lot can change in 1 year. We've got the starting 11, we've got the bench, we've got players that will make the squad, players that could make the squad, and players that will not be in the squad. And that is from these players below. And I wish I could include some more, but unfortunately I couldn't find any for that. But you know, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off. So we're going to go through individually with all these players. And you know what? I also think it's very important to highlight that things could change very quickly in football. Like one day you could have a squad that is, you know, you got the likes of Jordan Henderson in this most recent squad. You got the likes of Reece James in his most recent squad. Trent was not included in this squad. Madueke was not included in this squad. Harry Maguire was not included in the squad. So a lot can change very quickly. But from these players below, let's get into what Thomas Tuchel's England squad might look like in 2026. Let's start off. We've got Elliot Anderson. Now, he is still playing in the under 21s. He's had a fabulous season at Nottingham Forest, and I think he is one to watch out for. I think progression from that squad now might be a bit more difficult, especially because you don't have Gareth Southgate there. But I think he's had a fabulous season at Nottingham Forest. He's got a bunch of experience now in the Premier League, and I think that'd be a really good addition to England's squad. So Elliot Anderson, I will put him in could make the squad. Now, it's no guarantee that he will be in the World Cup squad, but I think there is a shout to be had. The next player we've got now is Jude Bellingham, and I'm not even going to waste any time. I'm going to put him straight into the 11. We're not even going to waste time on starters, because I don't even need to give you a reason as to why Jude Bellingham is going to be starting for England at the next World Cup. There is no debate about that. Next player up, Jared Bowen. Now, I think Jared Bowen will be on the bench for England in the World Cup, and I do have to say this will be a 23-man squad. So I will only be including 23 players between will make the squad, bench, and starting 11. So there will only be 23 players in that who I think will make it, but could make the squad, could be a bit more, because I think some players could swap around, but will make the squad, bench, starting 11. I will include only 23 players in those three categories. Jared Bowen. Now, Jared Bowen is very, very underrated. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for the amount of times that he's been able to, play for England at a very, very high level. I think people look at him as he's playing for West Ham. He's not really playing in Europe regularly. And obviously, he's got a load of players in his position: Saka, Foden, Palmer, Madueke. I'm sure now you've got Ethan Nwaneri coming through at Arsenal. You've got so many players in his position. But I think he's very, very underrated. He's a very, very clinical goal scorer. He scored a load of goals for West Ham. Very, very sharp on the turn, can play centrally, can play on the left, can play on the right. And I think he would be in Thomas Tuchel's squad because he can make something out of nothing. And I think players like that, you need them in an England squad, especially when you're trying to win tournaments. You need players that can produce out of nothing. So I have put Jared Bowen on the England substitute. So Bellingham, Ali Anderson, and Jared Bowen so far. Now, the next player up is Jared Branthwaite. I'm just going to show you. Now, he is a very, very tricky one to call. Do I believe that a player of his quality should be in the England squad? Absolutely. He should be bang on in the England squad. But he was not included in Thomas Tuchel's first England squad. He was not included in that. Now, I know things change very, very fast in football, and I know a player that's not in favour can go into favour very, very quickly, and I'm sure there's going to be players on here that we're going to go through. But I'm going to be safe and say, by the way, this is not the squad I want. This is the squad I think Thomas Tuchel will choose for the next World Cup. Not what I think. If it was up to me, Gareth Branthwaite is in the England squad. But just based on Tuchel's selection on the our last squad, I think I'll put him in could make the squad. So another one added to the could make the squad list between Elliot Anderson and now Gareth Branthwaite. Had a fabulous season at Everton. I think he's a really, really good centre back. He's very, very tall. He's very, very good in the air. Aerially, he's dominant. And he's very, very good on the ball. So he could easily, in the next year, could be there or maybe even there. But for now, I think he will be there. And I think come the next World Cup, I think there's a lot of players in this position that are ahead. Ben Chilwell will not be in the England squad. I don't think I need to say much on him. He's not played much football this season for Chelsea, out of favour. Enzo Maresca shipped out to Crystal Palace and still not getting any games. So I think we can just cancel him out. Levi Colwill. I think... Now, it's with Levi Colwill, it's very, very tricky. Okay, let's not put him there. He's at Chelsea, and I'm sure Thomas Tuchel, when he was at Chelsea, saw the progression that Levi Colwill had in the youth ranks, and I'm sure he's been keeping up with Levi Colwill. Obviously, he was the manager when Levi Colwill was at Brighton before Thomas Tuchel was sacked in October 2022. So he knows about this player. He knows this player's quality, and I'm sure every England fan who's watched Levi Colwill knows that he is one of the best centre-backs England have available, especially young, very, very good on the ball, left-footed, gives a lot of balance to the England squad. And I think come the next World Cup, because of the Chelsea connection, because he's going to have a couple of years under his ranks, quite a few squads he's going to be included in now. He's played at the under-23 level. He's played at the 19 level. I think Levi Colwill starts for England at... I think Thomas Tuchel starts Levi Colwill in the next tournament. Liam Delap. Now, Liam Delap of Ipswich has had a fabulous season. Fabulous season at Ipswich Town. Promoted from the Championship, was playing Championship football last season. And this season, he's come into the Premier League, and he has been the shining light of that Ipswich Town team. And I think he will not be there next season. Again, you look at his position, you've got Kane, you've got Watkins, you've got obviously Calvert-Lewin as well. He's not going to be in this squad, I don't think, but he's another striker. You've got Ivan Toney in this squad. He's got a lot of players in his position that, could be. Solanke is another one that could be in there as well. But Delap is definitely one to watch, and I'm going to, just to be safe, I think he could make Thomas Tuchel's squad. Now, I think if he gets into an England squad and he does perform, I think Thomas Tuchel will put him there. And I think that is very, very important to highlight. And look, you have to look at the history. If a player's not been included in the squad, it's very hard for you to then include him in a game or in a squad, rather, I should say. So I just want to be safe with that. Do you know what? I actually don't think there is a point for this will make the squad. Let me just delete that row. I think bench starting 11 could make the squad and will not be in the squad. I think all the players are going to be on the subs anyway. So That's fine. It's gonna be 11, and then obviously whatever's remaining will be on the bench for him. Because I'm looking at the World Cup squad. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 subs, and you had 11 players on the pitch. So that was a 24-man squad. So this is going to be a 23. So this makes more sense to do it this way. Next player up is Eze of Crystal Palace. Eberici Eze was included in Thomas Tuchel's last squad for England. Scored for England, and I'm going to say he makes the squad. I'm going to say Eze makes the squad. And obviously, I'm going to try to zip through these because there's quite a few players to go through. So Eze makes the squad. Thomas Tuchel's in the squad. So you've got Bellingham, Colwill. So there's 4 players already included into the squad. Phil Foden is in the England squad. I don't think he starts for England because obviously you've got a certain somebody at Arsenal that's in his position. But Phil Foden makes the England squad. Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher is very, very interesting. Now, I don't think he was called up to the last England squad from the top of my head. Let's just double check. So I'm actually going to read you out Thomas Tuchel's squad. So Thomas Tuchel's England squad included the likes of Henderson, Pickford, Ramsdale, Trafford, Burn, Colwill, Guehi, James, Konza, Lewis Skelly, Livramento, Kwanzaa, Walker, Bellingham, Eze, Jordan Henderson, Jones, Palmer, Rice, Rogers, Bowen, Foden, Gordon, Kane, Rashford, Solanke. So yeah, he was not included in the squad. So it's hard to say at the moment, but I think Gallagher could make the squad. Now, there might be a lot of players in could, but could is my opinion. Start and bench is what I think Thomas Tuchel will pick. So there's a bit of both in there. Morgan Gibbs-White, I think, makes the squad for England. I think he gets into the squad. So you've now got 2, 4, 6 players in the England squad. Angel Gomez will not be in the squad. I don't think so. He's got too many players in the position. Anthony Gordon starts for England, I think, at the next World Cup. I think he's brilliant on that left-hand side for Newcastle. And I just think that we haven't really got anyone direct from the left-hand side. You got Rashford, but Gordon's just he's another level at the moment, I think, and I think he should be one of the first name on Thomas Tuchel's team sheet. I think come next year, I think that he will be one of the names for Thomas Tuchel and I think Thomas Tuchel would probably do the same because he's electric. Jack Grealish could make the squad. I think he was not included in Thomas Tuchel's last England squad. Obviously, hasn't made a start for Man City since December 21st. He has been in England squads before, but it just all depends on if he gets his move in the summer or starts playing regularly. Then we can talk about that. There's some players that could be who I think will make the squad that won't be here. And obviously, I have to fill up the 23. So it's just based off these players I have available here. Mark Guehi starts for England, no debate. Taylor Harwood-Bellis. He's another one that could make the squad. I think he made the last squad for Lee Carsley, scored against Ireland, back playing under the 23s. He's a Premier League starter now, and if Southampton go down and he comes back into the Premier League for maybe go to like if Aston Villa, I think there's a big chance that he could be in Thomas Tuchel's squad next summer. Dean Henderson will be in the England squad. He will be one of the goalkeepers. Reece James, I think, also makes the squad for England. Thomas Tuchel obviously knows him from his time at Chelsea. And obviously, he's scored and he's playing a bit more regularly this season. You can see the quality that he has. If he stays fit, he probably goes into there. For Thomas Tuchel. But you can never be sure at this moment. And this could change. This could easily change, but you can never be too sure at this moment in time. Jobe Bellingham. He's interesting. He is very, very interesting. Bellingham's brother. Very, very interesting. I think in the next couple of years, we could see that. But as of now, if I'm basing it off picks now, Jobe goes into there. I think he will be in the Premier League very, very soon. I've seen links with Leipzig as well. I think it all depends on whether he gets a move away because he won't be playing Premier League football with Sunderland. Well, because Sunderland can come up, but again, I don't think he's going to be at Sunderland for very, very long. And if he wants to make the next England squad he wants to make the World Cup squad, he needs to play in the Premier League or at a higher league than the Championship. But he could make the squad again. Curtis Jones will be in the England squad, no debate. Starts for England on the Tuchel's first game against Albania. Harry Kane, the England captain, no debate. He is a starter for England. So now we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 11 players to choose from. Ezri Konsa makes the squad. Started for England again. Myers Lewis Skelly makes the England squad. Rico Lewis could make the squad, all depending on his fitness. Tino Livramento makes the squad. James Maddison could make the squad. Noni Madueke will not be in the England squad. I don't think Thomas Tuchel will pick him. Again, you look at the players in his position. Harry Maguire, not named in England's last squad, but again, we know his quality on international duty, and we know how good he can be. And it's vital that he gets games. And if he gets games, he probably makes the squad. But at this moment, I'm going to put him could make the squad. Kobbie Mainoo, another one that could make the squad. I think if Southgate was in charge, he'd probably be there or there. But under Thomas Tuchel, I looked at the last England squad again. He was not included. He is injured. And there's also a lot of room for improvement. But come the next World Cup, I think there's still question marks around him. Tyrick Mitchell will not be in the England squad. Ethan Nwaneri, I think, he's a tricky one. Ethan Nwaneri, he's a very, very tricky one. Because if you're basing off this season, he's probably there. But just to be safe, I'm probably going to put him there. Oh, this could change. But there's a few controversial ones in there. And I think some of you might be in the comments thinking, how has he not put Rico Lewis in there? But I don't think he's been good for Man City this season. Ethan Nwaneri was another one that in a couple of years probably will be there. But at the moment, he's probably in and around there. Cole Palmer is in the England squad, no doubt about that. Jordan Pickford starts for England. Jarell Quansah. It's tricky. If he gets a move, because I don't think he's going to get games at Liverpool, he'd probably be in there. But at the moment, I'd probably put him in there. Or depending, again, he's another one that's dependent on games because he was called up to Thomas Tuchel's last England squad. If you want to see this was Thomas Tuchel's last England squad. And he was in there, Quansah. So it all kind of depends on what you kind of think might happen. But I just don't think he'd be in England squad. Or he could make the squad. I don't think he'd make it, but he could be in it. And you know what I mean? Thomas Tuchel could be in it. Aaron Ramsdale will be in the England squad. So you've now got Henderson, Pickford, and Ramsdale. Marcus Rashford, another interesting one. Was included in Thomas Tuchel's last squad. Does he make the England squad, guys? Does Marcus Rashford make the England squad? But just to be safe, I'm going to put him there. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Declan Rice, no debate, starts for England. Morgan Rogers will be in the England squad. Solanke could make the squad. Jed Spence is interesting. He could also make the squad. I think he's an interesting one. He hasn't got a cap to his name yet, but he's had a fabulous season. Solanke, interesting as well. Another fabulous season at Spurs. Well, whenever he's played, he has scored goals, but injury riddled the last couple of months. Fabulous player. I'm sure Tuchel has watched him in the past, and I think there's a chance he could make. You know what? I'm gonna put him in bench. He will make the squad. So let's change this. James Trafford could make the squad. I'm not too sure. I think Pickford, Henderson, and Ramsdale. But this could easily be this. Ramsdale could be there, and Trafford could be there. And you know what? I'm actually going to stick with that. I think Henderson's starting every week in the Premier League. Pickford starts for Everton. He's the number one keeper for England. Trafford had a fabulous season at Burnley in the Championship. I think he will be in the Premier League next season. And Ramsdale, he's going down. So I don't know. Trent Alexander-Arnold is interesting. I think he starts for England if he's fit and available. He's the best right back in the world. And he starts for England if he's available. Kieran Trippier was retired, so he will not be in there. Walker will not be in the squad, in my opinion. Wan-Bissaka will not be in the squad. Ollie Watkins will be in the England squad. no debate. Adam Wharton will also be in the England squad. Ben White will also be in the England squad. The problem I have now is I've picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players that are going to start for England. Obviously, you've got pitch people. You've got 11 players that start for England. So in goal, you've got Pickford. You've then got Mark Guehi and Colwell centre backs. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold right back. You haven't got a left back. I think the left back will be Lewis Hall. So that's 9. Lewis Hall starts for England. You're then missing a right winger, Bukayo Saka, which is 10. Saka, I don't know why he's not on this, but he's 10. And 11 is another centre midfield player. And if I'm being honest with you, I think it'd probably be Morgan Rogers next World Cup. I genuinely believe that he'll be starting for England. So you've got, let's put this in order. So you've got Pickford in goal. You've got Mark Guehi and Levi Colwell as centre backs. Okay, Bellingham, you want to move, mate? You then got Trent Alexander-Arnold right back. Oh, Bellingham and Trent, mate. They just don't want to leave each other alone, do they? Lewis Hall goes here, left back. You then got Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham with Morgan Rogers. Anthony Gordon, Bukayo Saka, and Harry Kane. I think that's England starting 11. Okay, so we have picked 27 players. That's the problem. So we need to cut out a couple of players. Now, this is going to be the tricky part. 27 players, and we've got a 23-man squad. I think we're going to put Wharton in could. So that's 1 down. This is so tricky. I'm looking at the names. I think Eze, if I'm looking at the players, Eze could make the squad. So, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Is that done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We've got 2 players now because you've got Lewis Hall and obviously Saka. This is tricky, you know that, because Ben White wasn't. I know Tuchel's a fan of Ben White, and I don't really play enough games. Just to be safe, I'm going to put Ben White in could. I need to cut out 1 more player. And I'm looking, I literally haven't got a clue. I literally have not got a clue. I'm cutting out this team. I need to make a decision here because look, 1 player needs to go to a 23-man squad. Got 3 keepers. Yeah, that's fine. You've got centre backs. Konza. We got, yeah, that's fine. We've got James can play that. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Declan Rice can play that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, God. I think we lose Gibbs White. I think Gibbs White doesn't make it. I think he could make it. I think you got Palmer in there. You've got Lewis Skelly can play. You've got Ethan Nwaneri's obviously he could easily be in there as well, but got Curtis Jones that can play in there. Foden, Bowen. I just think, guys, that's what I think Thomas Tuchel's England squad will be. Pickford, Colwell, Guehi, Trent, Rice, Bellingham, Rogers, Gordon, Kane, Lewis Hall, Bukayo Saka, Bowen, Foden, Henderson, James, Jones, Konza, Lewis Skelly, Livramento, Palmer, Solanke, Trafford, and Watkins. That, I think, will be Thomas Tuchel. Well, that's what I think he's going to pick as well. A bit of what I think as well. But Thomas Tuchel's World Cup squad for 2026. There you go. Let me know what you guys think below. There was a few of them I was a bit like, oh, and there's still a few I'm like, oh, and this is not an easy video to make because you leave the likes of what? Elliot Anderson and Branthwaite and Rico Lewis out, Rashford, who's had a fabulous kind of stint at Villa so far, Ben White, Ethan Nwaneri, Gibbs White. It's not easy. But let me know what you guys think below. And that is my tier list for England at the next World Cup. Whatever you guys think, let me know down below. And most importantly, guys, it was a hard video to make, But make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.